I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be #1 targets on the field in today's game. It's Benjamin's Panthers going up against Evans's Buccaneers. So let's get you over to Tampa as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. With the distinctive pirate ship in the north end zone, we can only be in one place, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Winston now to throw on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Star Latulele in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Evans has it left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking for Jaquiz Rodgers there. And it's 4th down. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. Now Winston on 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And what about this offense, Charles? Specifically, what about Jonathan Stewart?
He makes sure everything goes. Put the ball in his chest and watch him run. Can run with power inside, but has enough speed that when he gets outside, he can cause a lot of trouble.
Now he's going to let it go. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Tandy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Following the interception, Winston. And it's a fumble. He finds his target. It's Evans. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them. Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Here's Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
2nd down, Winston. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Startulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. They'll come out in the pistol. Evans comes in motion right. 3rd and short yardage, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And it's not the punting unit, it's the offense that is out there. They're going to try to pick up the first. They're indeed going. It's Winston. And this is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Winston now to throw on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Second down now after the incompletion. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Now they go screen, it's complete. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Complete, he finds Bray. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now it looks like we got the big tight end still down after the last play. Well, you can bet that they would hate to be without his services. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Backing up, a dump off to Sims. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
All week long as a defense, you game plan to stop this guy as a runner. And then when they start sneaking him out of the backfield and throwing it to him, that totally disrupts what you plan to do in the game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got 4 down. Ready, blue ready, Sonic. Check 3, check 3. Easy. Sponge. No, ready, blue ready.
Time running out here on the play clock.
Wait.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. And the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time.
And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack. Third and long, it's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy.
Down the numbers. There he goes. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Charles Sims, 92 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They come up in an offset eye. And the inaugural carry here for Fonzie Whitaker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Newton turns and hands to Stewart. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. After the run, Newton going to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to let this go. It's caught inside the 25. That's it for the first. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, I bet you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Newton now on second down. And caught left side, Olsen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second down following the run. On second down, here's Newton. Surveying the field. He's going to let this one. It's caught at the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Corey Brown, 59 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. K1 short with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now a second down throw for Winston. Forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and long for Winston. Complete, he finds Bray. And he's brought down after a good gain. Shift together here from the D-line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big, deep.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Addison in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And break. The tight end's got it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And quickly, they get to the line. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. Jameis to throw it. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with.
This is Stewart again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Defense showing blitz. Now Stewart on 1st down. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And trailing on the scoreboard last time, able to force the fumble. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
That's exactly right, because what they did last time is help them stay in this game. Being opportunistic, taking the ball away, that can help keep a game tight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can be opportunistic here. They'll be looking to force another turnover. Newton gives off to Stewart. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Well, Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line that can move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron Rivera, a defensive guy. They love to run the football.
The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Star Lotulelei in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Ready. Blue ready. Sonic. Watch the eye. Easy. Slam.
And they're going to speed things up here. On third down, Winston dancing to his left. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind, while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And that is incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Newton to his fullback, Tolbert. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, second down.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
They run here with Stewart. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
to get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
Second down now after the pass completion. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. And some room to run now. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Offensive linemen are famous for doing their job no matter who's carrying the ball. But when they have the confidence that the person carrying it can break off big-time runs, that makes them block just a little bit harder.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. His throw incomplete. Patrick DeMarco, the fullback, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On second down, here's Brian hit, and he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Ryan, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Now Matt Bryant, who spent 4 seasons in a Buccaneer uniform. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. An opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And the drive begins here with Sims. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Deshaun Goldson, the free safety, up to make the tackle. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Flip, flip, flip. Wait.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brooks Reed able to drop him for a loss of 4. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Ready.
In motion right is Evans.
550.
They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Sonic.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Winston. And break, the tight end's got it. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Ryan. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now Ryan on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 4 yards remaining now on second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw is Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Justin Hardy. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Ready. Easy.
Shift together here from the D-line. Winston now. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. While time permits, we have to share the story we read about Doug Baldwin. After the loss, understandably very frustrated, said he played Madden until 3:30 in the morning to just release some of that anger because he could control all 11 guys in that game.
And that just tells you about how guys feel in playoff pressure, the idea of not going to the Super Bowl, which is all Seattle talks about. And there's Doug Baldwin staying up, playing Madden. I love what you said, though, the control of everything, because you can't do that as a player. You can only control you and your aspect of the game. In this situation, controlling it all. I'll guarantee you, Seattle was winning those games.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Winston. And this is incomplete. While we have a breather here, you and I were talking off air about the blue-chip quarterbacks remaining in the NFL playoffs. You got Brady, Roethlisberger, Rodgers, Matt Ryan, the only one of those without a ring.
How about that? And that's a heck of a collection. And the one without a ring, likely to be the 2016 MVP of the NFL. So blue chip indeed.
And Brady 4 rings, Roethlisberger 2, Rodgers 1. We'll see. Can Ryan get that first? So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry. Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
And with a 3rd and 14, we have 6 defensive backs out there now defensively. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And 4th down coming up. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. It's really something. Even when he's hitting these from distance, big-time distance, he manages to put them right down the middle, doesn't he?
No doubt about that one. Never a doubt. And this is no extra point. That's 50-plus. And that's the definition of splitting the uprights.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Ready, blue ready. Easy, easy, easy.
Again, they run with Sims. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting to run. Jameis to throw it.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Ready.
Now they run with Sims. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. One receiver to the left is Evans. In motion left, that's Jackson. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out here in the eye.
Flip it. White. 150. Easy.
Winston and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston taking it in. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Ryan connects with Sanu right side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Ryan on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's not just the offensive linemen and the guys charged with protecting him that take it personally. When the franchise quarterback is dropped on the ground, it runs through the whole organization from the owner all the way down.
It's like every single time he goes down, everyone holds their breath. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On first and 10, it's Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Let's go now. 150, 150.
Winston to throw it this time. He's got Evans. And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football away quick.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Jaquiz Rodgers, 40 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On first down, Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He goes underneath to Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Throwing again, Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great...
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up what your friends think. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, gon' bust a rhyme. Down, pass it around, hey. Roll with me now, we running well, hey. And nobody can, we on the town, hey. I never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Steelers. And with that, we'll send you up to the North Shore of Pittsburgh at Heinz Field by the Three Rivers. As we head it over to our broadcasting team, I'm Brandon Godin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brown, the lone receiver, left. The tight end changing his position.
Focus, focus. Easy, easy.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it. So whatever happened to the old expression, he who hesitates is lost. Because when Le'Veon Bell runs the football, hesitation actually gains him a whole lot of yards.
That was clever. 30 carries, 170 yards in the divisional round, following up 29 carries in the wild card round. He has looked so good.
He really has great vision, incredible patience, but that's coupled with an offensive line that understands that and will hold blocks and seek more as they get downfield.
You mentioned last week them having to hold blocks for Big Ben in previous years has helped Le'Veon Bell.
I think it's helped all the way through. They were kind of used to it, and now they really respond to it because of the big plays Bell rewards them with.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Steelers a first down.
It's so important to establish the running game early in a contest because when you do that, that just opens your playbook so big for your offensive coordinator. And to be frank about it, they like calling pass plays better than they like calling running plays. And with the way that they're running it right now, that's going to open things up to do whatever they want through the air as this game goes on.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And here are the defensive starters. In your old position, you get to talk about the secondary.
The best athletes on the field, Brandon.
Debatable.
Well, we'll see how this goes today. I love the way you put my guys down. But you know this, they've got to cover and they have to tackle. They have a heck of a task in front of them in this game.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7.
Forget Bright Lights, big city, partner. It's Bright Lights, big stage, NFL playoffs. That's Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown likes all of that. 6 catches, 108 yards against the Chiefs. And by the way, excuse me, tied an NFL record held by Larry Fitzgerald with his 4th straight postseason 100-yard performance. Pretty good.
See? What did I say again? Bright lights, big stage, playoffs, Antonio Brown.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
And they've stopped them on the first 2 downs. Obviously, this is an important play coming up here. I think it's more so for the guys on defense, because if they stop them here, I think they've set the tone for the entire game, how difficult it's going to be to score on them.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 45 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there, and in a big way.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Let's go now.
2nd down, Winston. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Winston sneaking it, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston taking it in. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. And the play clock's running down. Winston keeps it himself. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Okay.
Hindsight's 20/20. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston taking it in. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins in one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And caught right side, Green. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Green, the tight end, in motion. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Roethlisberger on the right side, caught by Green. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Muscles him off. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger got a man, and he hits him in stride. taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Easy.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now Roethlisberger on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Here we go. Black 80.
And the back goes into motion. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Darryl Smith in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ladarius Green as time expires in the first half. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And this one through the uprights and good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll run the option left. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Now Jameis on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. Evans has it left side. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down. Second down, Winston. Being chased out left. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay 1st down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. One receiver to the left is Evans. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his target. It's Evans. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage. From the red zone now, Winston. This will be caught at the 2.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Sims on the run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Charles Sims taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Seven yards remain now on 3rd down.
Let's go. Blue 30. Easy.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Antonio Brown. Kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 71 yards. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They'll run here with Sims. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. First down, Winston. And he slings one that's incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Here's Winston. Complete. He finds Brate. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. And now they're in the hurry-up. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Second down, Winston. He gets it to Humphries. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And quickly, they get to the line. Jameis to throw it. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. And now out come the Steelers. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Green with a catch left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
All right, here we go, here we go.
Halfback sent in motion.
30. Hurry up, let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there if you like zone defense.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And no, it's incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll come out in the pistol. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing, Winston. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Again, it's Bell, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps, and that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can...
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 2nd down, Winston again. Finding time. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Usually when we talk about concentration and catching the ball, it's about the receiver. In this case, it's the defender who had the great focus knocking it away.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. On 3rd down, Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Winston. Deep drop. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
So 2nd and 10 here. Winston to throw. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Winston. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And partner, a nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
And he fires one incomplete. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. One receiver to the left is Evans. Now Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Charles Sims. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And he puts it through. 70 seconds remain. This will be an onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a first down carry by Bell. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would... talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll go again with Bell. And they'll get... And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Green, the tight end, in motion. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And the defense searches for 1 more stop here after the run on second down. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Now it's Roethlisberger. On the right side, caught by Green. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. First and goal here from the 2. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field. It's second down. Dalton looking. A dump off now to Hill. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards on the pickup. And that's going to make it third down and 10. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Dalton throwing on second down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Emmanuel Agba in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion now. Finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And it's second down. Offense still needing 10 yards, second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here's Griffin to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
3rd and 1. Griffin. Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. LaFell will go in motion left. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
4th down. Dalton wants to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. It'll be a gain of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Hill. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jeremy Hill, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And his kick is good. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second. But 1-15 this last year. And it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs 1 time.
Hard to believe, right? And just 2 winning seasons in that
only 2
as well. But I think there's optimism to be had here in Cleveland. I think that the fans, it's tough for them to see it after another 1-15 season. But I think that they have a plan in place to move this franchise forward. Ownership, front office, head coach, all in lockstep together with a vision and a plan that they intend to execute.
Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 37. And they're going to go soft on the corners. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably going to have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. So an entertaining first half, and now we have hit the 2-minute warning. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. A fake to Crowell. Now it's Griffin surveying the field. He's going to fight. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Terrell Pryor And the Browns are back within a score. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
I think in a lot of ways, Tyler Eifert is happy to wave bye-bye to 2016 because of the injury issues. Got hurt in the Pro Bowl, missed the first 6 games of the season, and then couldn't finish the year with another back injury.
Yeah, and the one that hurt, that Pro Bowl injury, supposed to be such an award for the great year he had a season ago and just never really got things going this year, did he?
Such a difficult matchup, especially in the red zone. Look for a big bounce back in 2017.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On third down, here's Hill. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the eye.
I'll bet there's just a big sigh of relief now, having finally gotten a first down running the football. They've struggled all game long. The defense has had their number. This may help their confidence moving forward.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Second down, Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. And the back goes into motion. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on 4th down. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Dalton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Brandon LaFell, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. He drops it off for Bernard. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. And looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down, here's Crowell. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout.
There's no sense in dancing around it. Not a lot of bright spots to talk about in Cleveland this year. But I think Isaiah Crowell, the running back, he's a guy we got to keep an eye on in the future. Short of 1,000 yards, but it's hard for him to get enough carries to get there.
Yeah, but he was healthy, started all 16 games. Coach Hugh Jackson, though, said it was his goal to get him to 1,000. You're right, though, just shy of that at 952. To throw is RG3. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Bengals, Adam Jones. Jones on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bengals getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
It's caught at the 10. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now, partner, let me take a quick turn here and ask you about the Dallas Cowboys, their season on the whole. Because what an incredible regular season, great storylines, but then they lost at home to Green Bay. Their season, a success or a failure?
The NFL is a results-based group, as we well know, all right? Did you win the Super Bowl or didn't you?
And this is caught. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now, he's got their only touchdown. This offense struggling. They target him again.
Everyone is looking for the hot hand, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe it's just lukewarm. But you go to that guy and try and turn it hot. Try and get things going. Fine.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. RG3. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now a play fake here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down, Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way, and they want to see that continue.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. That's complete right around the 8. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Dalton. That's caught at the 3. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They'll try on, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd from 3 yards out, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
A fake to Crowell. Now it's Griffin. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And out of the Wildcat, it's Hill. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. 3rd down and 1. Taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Tremont Williams, a veteran corner, there on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They send Green to the left on his own. LaFell will go in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And now to the air, Dalton. He's got time. Now and time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. 3rd and long. What will rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I'm not quite quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target, and it's third down.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. It's the kind of thing, you know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Woo!
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Browns going up against the Eagles. With that, let's get out to Lincoln Financial Field. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Philadelphia Eagles. Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And the defense definitely showing blitz here.
Now let's go. Watching that Barney. Watching that Barney.
Wentz now on first down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. A gain of 6 there on first. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now, check. Patriot.
Wentz to throw on second down. Left side caught by Matthews. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Philadelphia first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Wentz will try again on second down. It's complete. This is Brent Saleh. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Watching that Barney. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green. Kill.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Over. All right, here now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
On second down, Ryan Matthews. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Desmond Bryant, the one to get him down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Joe Hayden is a complete cornerback. He tackles, he covers, and does everything with incredible speed.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
All right, here we go.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. So, Charles, they wanted 7 on that opening drive. They didn't want to settle for a field goal.
Felt like a tone setter. You know, that's what they were looking for, because a lot of teams, they'll march it downfield, and when they kick the field goal, it almost feels disappointing, doesn't it? You have a nice drive. I think this team decided, guess what? No matter what, we're going for the 6, try and put those points on the board and set them back on their heels.
But unfortunately, that mentality did not work out. Oh, he's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, 83 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And complete to Zach Ertz. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's caught by Selleck. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
All right, now, look at 56. Check. Check. All right, now, look at
And on the ground they go with the running back. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Here we go.
Now Wentz on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Caught left side, it's Barnage. It's a pickup of 21, and it's good enough for a Cleveland first down. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Griffin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
And he's able to find Hawkins. A good pickup there, a 22. RG3 outside of the pocket. You know that's where he can be really dangerous with the feet or here the arm.
And that scares defenses in a big way because his ability to break ranks and still make big throws or, as you suggested, take off and go, how do you defend that when he's on his game?
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Griffin keeps it, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. RG3 with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down. And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here in the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go!
first down. Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Watch left, watch left. Over! Let's go, get up!
Wentz will try again on second down. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and it's third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
I got you.
And on third down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Check three. 58, boys, 58. Watch it now, Barney. Let's go. Set, 3-19. No. Check, Patriots.
Wentz to throw again. And able to complete it to Green-Beckham. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up second down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And now the rookie's free. A great read, and it's picked off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice,